The man deliberately heated a piece of wire until it glowed red, then hammered it into a sharp spike. Finally, he stole the young man's diving goggles and rushed into the sea without a word to spear some fish, because he and his wife hadn't eaten in a day. Little did he know that this would haunt him for the rest of his life. Just as he was busy fishing in the sea, the young man woke up and discovered his goggles had been stolen. This instantly sent him into a rage, and he grabbed his spear, intending to take revenge on the man, realizing this would surely end in tragedy. The man's wife rushed forward to grab the young man, but she was simply too weak. Not only did she fail to restrain the enraged young man, but in her panic, she even tore off her own clothes. When the man returned from the sea with a bountiful catch and tossed the goggles to the young man should have been furious, yet he acted as if he didn't care at all, even wearing a look of secret delight on his face. Although the man sensed something was off, he didn't think much of it. He quickly showed off his catch to his wife and prepared to enjoy a hearty meal. But faced with her husband's enthusiasm, the wife kept averting her gaze, as if she had done something wrong. Only then did the man realize how serious this was. He turned to look at the smug young man, then at his shy wife, and instantly understood what had just happened. Enraged, the man flew into a rage. Without a word, he grabbed his wife by the hair and unceremoniously tossed her over to the young man. The man had intended for his wife to reflect on her mistake, but to his utter surprise, she didn't seem to care about him at all. Instead, she began dancing with the young man on the beach, as if she were doing it just to spite him. Seeing this, the man was instantly furious. He swore he would make them pay, so he began searching the deserted island for supplies. Next, he smashed a glass bottle, ground it down, and softened a plastic bottle over a fire. He glued the glass to the mouth of the plastic bottle, then split the plastic bottle in half and secured it firmly with black tape. This way, he made a simple diving mask. The man then hurried into the sea to test it. To his surprise, the mask provided surprisingly clear vision, and he couldn't stop grinning from ear to ear, so he quickly dove deep into the ocean, intending to catch a few big fish to get back at those two. However, to his surprise, when he reached the deep waters at the bottom of the sea, he unexpectedly discovered a small sunken boat. Although it had a small hole in it, with a little repair, it should still be usable. Stranded on the deserted island, he instantly saw a glimmer of hope. As long as he could fix this little boat, he would be able to leave this deserted island. So he pulled the boat up with all his might. But walking underwater was no easy feat. Soon, the man's strength was completely exhausted. With no other choice, he had to swim to the surface to catch his breath. But he dared not waste too much time. He quickly returned to the ocean floor. Finally, he successfully dragged the small boat back to shore. But this scene was also spotted by the other two. Realizing this was a chance to leave the deserted island, the two rushed over to offer their help, but the man refused to let them come near him, because he had found the boat first. He would never let this opportunity slip through his fingers. And so, over the next few days, the man spent every day by the shore repairing the boat, hoping to get it fixed one day. But then his wife suddenly couldn't sit still any longer. She ran straight up to him, profusely apologizing for her earlier behavior, and begged him to take her away once the boat was repaired. But the man wasn't a fool. He no longer trusted his wife at all. As the saying goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed. He had finally seen his wife's true colors, so he simply yelled at her until she ran away. A few days later, the man's boat was repaired. He grabbed his harpoon and jumped into the water, planning to catch a few fish before leaving the deserted island alone. But as soon as he surfaced, he sensed something was wrong. The two of them were actually loading supplies onto the boat. It seemed they were trying to steal it. Seeing this, the man swam swiftly toward the shore. By the time he finally reached the water's edge, the two had already pushed the small boat into the water. Seeing this, he instantly flew into a rage and shouted. He tried to catch up to them, but in the end, he was too late. Yet as he watched the two swim farther and farther away, a sly grin spread across the man's face. Finally, he sat down in a chair and leisurely sipped coconut juice, quietly waiting for the show to begin.